Hey there, it's Chris Acton with Acton Creative, and this is A Handwoven Experience, episode 55. And in this video, we're going to talk tension. You'll hear the word tension thrown around in weaving talk quite a bit. So let's just make sure that you understand what it is and what little things you can do to make sure you have good tension. So, starting from the top, what is tension? Tension refers to how tight each of your warp yarns are in the project. That's all it is. Why is it important, you ask? Well, if you have uneven tension, your weft yarns and your warp yarns aren't going to interact evenly, and instead of having nice straight lines, they could be a little loosey-goosey. We don't really want that. So what we're after is even tension. No matter how tight or how loose you like it, they all should be the same. That's the thing. Every weaver's a little bit different. You'll see mine has a little bit of give to it. That's how I like it. Here's my little example here. So let's say this is my warp yarn. I don't want it too loose because I don't want saggy fabric, but I don't want it too tight so that it might break. Because as you know, each warp yarn has to have some movement to it. It has to have a little room to give, to go up and down, because it's going to move. That's the nature of the beast. So let's talk about how to get good tension. Good tension, I find, is really created as you're winding the project on the loom. So let's say that this is our back beam, right? We're winding our project on, let's say we've got 10 yards. And the key is to wind everything on evenly. So what I like to do is, as I'm winding it on, every so often stop, walk to the back of the loom, and actually visually see, does one side look higher than the other? How is it winding on? Are all my yarns going to be going at an even pace from side to side? Because once you can get this all evenly wound on, your tension will be a breeze. The challenges comes when if it winds on unevenly, but you are not alone. It's happened to all of us. So what do you do if it winds on unevenly? Well, here's one of the things that I've encountered is that I have a project like this, and then all of a sudden I've got like an inch or so that just seems to be saggier. Like it's just not the same tightness, the same kind of taut yarn that the rest of them are. So if it's drastic, find a little maybe cardboard or something to wedge in the back just to tighten up that section of yarns. But don't leave it in there, because there's a very good chance it's just temporary. It'll straighten itself back out. And another note here is just that things might seem all kind of wobbly here on the loom. Once you take it off the loom and it all relaxes, a lot of sins will be forgiven. So keep that in mind too. So the other challenge you might run into when it comes to tension is the loom itself. Is it keeping the tension tight? Is it holding the tension? And here's how you know you have a challenge, a problem, is that if you've set it up exactly the way you want it, you're weaving along, and all of a sudden you realize the whole thing is just like looser, like something in the loom shifted or let up somehow. That might be an indication that your loom isn't tight, like your braking system isn't working. There's something mechanical. It's not holding the yarns in position like it's supposed to. Now, thankfully, these looms, we don't need a computer chip to replace. It's not like that. It's all mechanical. So check out how your loom is working and see if you need to replace something or tighten something up or do something just to make your life easier. Because when the tension is even, weaving is great. And when it's off, it is just not nearly as fun. Can I get an amen? So that is our little blitz into the world of weaving tension. It's nothing to freak out about. Everyone goes through little tension challenges all the time, but you can handle it. It is no problem. Find a little something, weight something off the back if you have some problem areas, but just keep going and wind on a little smoother next time. You can do it. All right, you guys, go forth and weave something brilliant this week, right? Have a great one. Until next week, happy weaving.